In family law documents and also litigation documents, it's common to want to have a client and then the opposing party, and then you want to have who are you representing, the plaintiff or defendant, because in the documents it's much easier to say here's the plaintiff, here's the defendant. And in this video we're going to walk you through how to set this up and make it easy for inserting into the documents. So in this case, I'm going to say Harry's the plaintiff, and you'll just see what the document looks like. Oops. Open that twice. And you've got Harry is the plaintiff and Jane's the defendant. These are the type of things that you want to be able to put in here. Okay, so the first step we were going to do is we're going to go to the online designer. What we need to do is set up a variable. I usually will use a who is petitioner, and in that I'll say, are you representing the plaintiff or defendant? And then in my options below, I can do plaintiff or defendant. Now, some people will also call this petitioner respondent, and that's fine too. You can also call it petitioner and respondent. So either of those work, and the same process works in either case. So I've gone through and created that. Based on selection, it will tell me who it is. Tell me who am I representing. The second step is to go to formulas, and I'm going to create a defendant formula first. And you'll see at the bottom of this post where you can actually copy and paste this. Key here is that you will need to set it up as a single party. If you do have multiple parties as a defendant or multiple parties as a respondent, then this formula doesn't work. So it's just when you're dealing with a single person. There's other strategies you do in those other cases. The other part is that we are going to use a formula type of object. So if I were to click add new formula and I do object, I would select party to create it and then put the name in there. And we usually, clients are a party, opposing parties are a party. This is just a way to reuse the information, the data that we have, and simplifies things. So you want to create a defendant who's petitioner, and you can just copy and paste from below this video, and then you'll create a defendant, a plaintiff, and copy and paste. And basically what we're doing is we're doing swapping. If your client's the plaintiff, then we're going to put in that the client's information is going to come in. If they're the defendant, then we're going to basically bring in the opposing party and put their information in. So that's kind of in a nutshell of how to set this up. The next thing is how do we get this into the documents? So once we've set it up in a document, I'm going to go back. I'm going to open it up. You'll see I have plaintiff full name, defendant full name in this caption here. And it is considered a formula. Sometimes your formulas may not be checked. So if you check the formulas are going to be at the bottom. And then you'll now see that we have a defendant object. This looks just like your client object, because we're basically now pulling from clients. So all the information that's available in client is now available in defendant. And so if I click on defendant, then I can put in my first name, full name, and make use of everything just like I'm used to. And I just insert those into the document like you do a client or opposing party, and just put them in there and put them in as plaintiff and defendant. If you have situations in your document, I think, let's look at, in this document, my name is, and we're representing the client. So within your document, you may have places that you're going to use them as a client. You may have them as a defendant. So you've really got some good options there to easily automate based on petitioner and respondent, or plaintiff and defendant. So, thanks.